Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and I'm here to do something I haven't done in way too long, and that's another A to Z of Queer Lit list. If you've never heard of the A to Z of Queer Lit, it's an initiative that was started by George Lester in which you just take every letter of the alphabet and you name a queer book that has either that letter in the title or in the author's name. I've actually made 11 of these videos previously and I will link that playlist down below, but as was recently pointed out to me by my booktube grandbaby Sajed, the last video I posted was over 2 years ago. Which is unfortunate because I used to make like 2 of these a year and I kept meaning to do it and I just never got around to actually filming them. So we're gonna do that now. As an aside, I actually have enough books to fill 5 more lists after this, so let me know how soon you want those. Now, something I have to note before I get started with these recommendations, because these are all books I've read before, is for the most part I read these about 2 years ago. So knowing my memory isn't super sharp, I went through and made myself a document with all of the first lines of the synopses for all of these just to kind of jog my memory. But while I was reviewing this list and the list for the next 5 videos, something happened that we need to talk about. I had to purge quite a few different books off of these lists because of the ongoing boycott of St. Martin's Press. On the day I'm posting this, July 10th, this is actually the call to action from Readers for Accountability against St. Martin's Press, and they have some questions. If you've somehow never heard of this boycott before, all of this information will be linked down below for you, but this is specifically a marketing boycott, wherefore influencers will not be talking about these books and giving them free press until they meet the very reasonable demands of the boycott. Something they want to know, and they wrote it much more eloquently than I'll be able to say, so I'm just going to read it, is: where is the personal information of authors and influencers stored? Does SMP have an internal server where such information is kept, or is it kept on a third-party cloud device? Why are we asking? The boycott of St. Martin's Press started with a hateful anti-Palestinian rhetoric shared by an employee of their marketing department. When questions were raised to Brant Janway, VP of Marketing at St. Martin's Press, Janway either lied or gave incorrect information regarding ARCs for a specific title. Are influencers safe with St. Martin's Press? We would like to make our demands clear. SMP is, as of now, in possession of sensitive information of dozens of influencers, including accounts, addresses, legal names, and other data that might not only identify those influencers, but put them at risk of backlash for their political stances and expose them to doxing and harassment both online and in real life. So we are asking again, what is SMP doing to protect influencers? As a reminder, the basic demands of the boycott are as follows. 1. Address and denounce the Islamophobia and racism of their employee. 2. Offer tangible steps for how they're going to mitigate the harm this employee caused. And 3. Address how, moving forward, they will support and protect their Palestinian, Muslim, and Arab readers, influencers, and authors, in addition to their BIPOC readers, influencers, and authors. It's that simple. So like I said, when I made this list a couple of years ago, there were definitely titles on it that fall under the SMP umbrella, and I had to kick them off and put some more recent stuff in there. So if you're going, wait, you just read that last month for a couple of these things, that's why. Without further ado, let's get to these 26 queer book recommendations. A is for The Kindred by Alicia Dow. To save a galactic kingdom from revolution, kindred mind pairings were created to ensure each and every person would be seen and heard, no matter how rich or poor. This one is YA and it's sci-fi. For B, we have Bloody Spade by Brittany M. Willows. A girl full of heart, a thief touched by darkness, a boy with a fiery temper, an unwitting servant of evil. This one is YA and fantasy. For C, we have Soul Circuit by Tamara Boyens. Jin Song, fashionista, casino mogul, failed medical experiment. This one is cyberpunk. For D, we have Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. A clever and steamy queer romantic comedy about taking chances and accepting love with all its complications. This one is adult contemporary romance. For E, we have Here the Whole Time by Vitor Martins. A body-positive YA love story between 2 boys who must spend 15 days living with each other over school break. For F, we have Chef's Kiss by Jared Melendez. Unable to find a job in his preferred field of writing, Ben stumbles upon a now hiring, no experience necessary sign outside a restaurant and jumps at the chance to land his first job. This is a graphic novel and it's adult contemporary. G is This Book is Gay by Juno Dawson. It's right here. Lesbian, bisexual, queer, transgender, straight, curious. This book is for everyone, regardless of gender or sexual preference. This book is for anyone who's ever dared to wonder. This book is for you. This book is YA specifically, but it's for everyone, and it's nonfiction, and it's been banned in many, many places. Because America is doing some things right now. H is for Huntress by Malinda Lo. Nature is out of balance in the human world. The sun hasn't shone in years and crops are failing. Worse yet, strange and hostile creatures have begun to appear. The people's survival hangs in the balance. The exciting adventure prequel to Malinda Lo's highly acclaimed novel Ash is overflowing with lush Chinese influences and details inspired by I Ching and is filled with action and romance. Ash, by the way, is a book that was definitely on a previous version of this list, and that is a Cinderella retelling. Definitely thought my camera stopped recording. It didn't. That's good. I is for I Hope We Choose Love by Kai Cheng Tom. What can we hope for at the end of the world? What can we trust in when community has broken our hearts? What would it mean to pursue justice without violence? How can we love in the absence of faith? This one is poetry and essays, and I believe a couple of drawings maybe as well. J is for Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson. When three very different siblings, Fern, Rowan, and Willow, go home for a Christmas reunion at their family home in Edinburgh, it's not long before some very big secrets threaten their cozy holiday. K is for Kai K by Vaishnavi Patel. I was born on the full moon under auspicious constellation, the holiest of positions. Much good it did me. This one is historical fantasy. L is for Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. 3 days, 2 girls, 1 life-changing music festival. M is for Missing from the Village by Justin Ling, and the subtitle of this book says it all. The story of serial killer Bruce McArthur, the search for justice, and the system that failed Toronto's queer community. This one is nonfiction and adult. N is for The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. For centuries, witches have maintained the climate, their power from the sun peaking in the season of their birth. But now their control is faltering as the atmosphere becomes more erratic. All hope lies with Clara, an ever-witch whose rare magic is tied to every season. This one is adult and fantasy. O is for Conversations with People Who Hate Me by Dylan Marin. From the award-winning, critically acclaimed podcast, Conversations with People Who Hate Me, comes the thought-provoking, witty, and inspirational exploration of the difficult conversations and how to navigate them. This one is nonfiction, adult, and Dylan is an absolute gem. I did in fact meet him at PodCon 2. P is for Death Prefers Blondes by Caleb Roehrig. Teenage socialite Margot Manning leads a dangerous double life. By day, she dodges the paparazzi while soaking up California sunshine. By night, however, she dodges security cameras and armed guards, pulling off high-stakes cat burglaries with a team of flamboyant young men. This one is YA and contemporary. Q is for A Queer and Pleasant Danger by Kate Bornstein, and again, the subtitle of this one really says it all. The true story of a nice Jewish boy who joins the Church of Scientology and leaves 12 years later to become the lovely lady she is today. This one, of course, is an adult memoir. R is for Light Carries On by Ray Nadine. When Leon's camera unexpectedly breaks, he is forced to borrow a used one from his mom's antique store. As he snaps the first picture, the ghost of the camera's former owner is released and the two are inexplicably linked. This is an adult graphic novel, and it's also historical fiction as well as contemporary. S is for 10 Steps to Nanette by Hannah Gadsby. Multi-award-winning Hannah Gadsby transformed comedy with her show Nanette, even as she declared that she was quitting stand-up. Now she takes us through the defining moments of her life that led to the creation of Nanette and her powerful decision to tell the truth, no matter the cost. This one again is adult and memoir. T is for Last Exit by Max Gladstone. 10 years ago, Zelda led a band of merry adventurers whose knacks let them travel to alternate realities and battle the black rot that threatened to unmake each world, until their final, failed mission when Zelda's lover was lost, when they all fell apart. This one is adult sci-fi horror. U is for Gearbreakers by Zoe Hanamakuta. 2 girls on opposite sides of a war discover they're fighting for a common purpose in this high-octane debut. This one is YA science fiction. V is for Love After the End, edited by Joshua Whitehead. Again, the subtitle of this one tells you everything you need to know. An anthology of two-spirit and indigiqueer speculative fiction. This one is for an adult audience. W is Where We Go From Here by Lucas Rocha, an absorbing debut novel about 3 gay young adults in Brazil whose lives become intertwined in the face of HIV. This one is YA historical fiction. X is for The Ship We Built by Lexi Bean. Sometimes I have trouble filling out tests when the name part feels like a test too. When I write letters, I love that you have to read all of my thoughts and stories before I say any name at all. You have to make it to the very end to know. This one kind of bridges the gap between middle grade and YA contemporary. Y is for The Flames of Albion by Jean Z. Mingus. A century since the monarch was overthrown, the country of Albion has become a haven for its citizens, the young scholar Adaria included, until she unwittingly awakens a sleeping dragon's egg and is thrust into unfamiliar territory. This one is adult fantasy, and since reading this book I've actually met Jean because we are friends. And finally, for Z or Z, depending on where you're from, we have Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. A black father, a white father, 2 murdered sons, a quest for vengeance. This one is adult mystery thriller crime. So there you have it. There's another 26 book recommendations for you. Again, I have enough books on my list for another 5 of these videos. So my question to you is, how soon should I get those out? Should I try for monthly? Should I do one a week for a while? Let me know. Have you read any of these, or are you planning to read any of these? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you happen to be on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that, as always, is down below. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!